Welcome back. Welcome to English today. So, we're going to start off with our 10 minutes of independent reading, and we were practicing with making inferences. So, I want you, while you're reading today, I want you to figure out what's something you can infer about your main character. So, something that you can really infer about your main character. So, right now, go ahead, get comfy, get cozy, and get into those books. And feel free, teachers, to share a couple inferences after they're done reading. See you back in about 10 minutes. All right. Now, what I need you to do is take out those reading notes that we've been working on over the last couple of days. And today we are going to be looking at our two characters, Bob versus Jimmy. So we're going to start off with a little Bob versus Jimmy on your reading notes. So I'm right down here. As I scroll down, I'm going to see this little chart. Now yours could go onto another page, and that's okay. You just have to scroll on down. So I want you to tell me, how are Bob and Jimmy different and how are they similar? And go beyond like they're both guys, really get into Bob and Jimmy. Bob's a criminal, Jimmy's a police officer. Bob is very arrogant and full of himself. And Jimmy, he seems to really care more about the right thing than he cares about himself. So he seems to be a little bit more selfless. And then how are they similar? So looking at what are some of the ways that they are similar? Now there's some bullets here. I put 4 in here and 3 in here. Those are a minimum. You can keep adding more. So right now, I'm going to give you guys probably about 5 to 7 minutes to just fill in this chart to the best of your ability, and then share them out inside your crew. You can work with another partner or chat with somebody in your classroom to try and fill in these charts over like the next 5 minutes or so. All right, so teachers, give them about 5 minutes to work on filling in those charts. Okay, now that you've probably had some time to work within your group or within a partnership, or maybe worked on your own, and maybe you talked about some of these in your class, these might be some of the answers you came up with, and there are plenty more. So Bob's pretty arrogant, full of himself. Jimmy, he's pretty selfless. He does the right thing. Bob's a criminal. And Jimmy, he is the law enforcement. Bob's really adventurous. He wants to go out and make his fortune, and he's kind of dangerous with his violence. You can see with his scar, and he's flashy. He likes to show off all of his jewels. And Jimmy, he's pretty down to earth, and he's pretty confident and really follows the rules and is proud of that job. And then Bob, he's definitely rich. He likes to show off all of his money. And Jimmy, he's doing all right. He's not struggling. How are they similar? Well, they both keep their promise. They're both from New York City. They're both successful. And I would definitely put that they're both very proud of who they are. And so those are all things that you might have. And you may have many more, or maybe you needed to add a couple more when we look at these two characters. So now that we've looked at these two characters, we're going to go into a little Google discussion. So go ahead and make sure and open up Google Classroom. So at this time, make sure and open up Google Classroom. All right, I'll pause so that you can do that. Okay, now that we're back here, I want you to take a minute inside Google Classroom, and I want you to answer the Google question that's there. So you should be finding the Google question for after 20 years. And the question for today is this: what would you do if you were in Jimmy's shoes as the police officer? What would you do? Please take a couple minutes and write a response. Use a couple sentences. What would you do? And probably add a little bit, why? Why would you choose to do this? Would you have done the same as Jimmy? Would you not have done the same as Jimmy? What would you have done in that situation? So I'll give you just a few minutes to respond to that question, and then please submit your response on Google Questions. Okay, most of you should have submitted that. If not, go ahead and finish it up and take a look at this image right now. Do you know what this image is? So look at it. You've seen this before. It might have had a little bit more to it, but you've seen it before. So you know what it is? Do you know what those numbers represent? Maybe take a minute inside your crew, talk about it, see if anybody thinks they know what it is, and I'll tell you what it is here in just a second. All right. Did you say it? It's a plot chart. So this is a plot chart. These numbers represent different things along the plot line. So right here, this is our exposition, how we meet our characters. This is our complication, what really sets our story into motion. This is our rising action. At the top, this is our climax, the highest point of emotion or tension in our story. Right here's our falling action, and finally at the end is our resolution. So we're going to be doing a little plot review for this. So for this, I need you guys to open up that's something called student plot charts. So go ahead and open this up, and it's going to take a minute to load it up. It's a presentation. And as soon as you do, get to slide number 1 called For the Birds. So teachers, you might need to pause a second and let them get that opened. Okay, you hopefully have this open now, and we're going to see how plot works in the real world. Every story, every TV show has a plot. Plot simply is the order in which things happen in our story from the beginning to the end. It goes in order. Even if there's a flashback, it still goes in order. So we're going to practice using some fun little video clips right now to see how you do with plot. So we're going to watch this little video clip called For the Birds. And then we're going to fill in this plot chart together. So we'll try this first one out together. You can start putting in what you think goes in these. If you don't want to wait until we're done and do it together, you can then check yours with us. So let's take a look at For the Birds.
Dr. Zoidberg! Hooray for Dr. Zoidberg!